God's way can be painful. Part of the reason we may be afraid of recovery is that we know changes can be painful. There is pain in our old way of life, but we usually find ways to escape it. When we enter the recovery process, we decide to hit our pain head on. Turning our life over to God, making moral inventory, and making amends, and allowing God to remove our defects are all painful steps. But they are a part of God's plan. They will also lead to joy and wholeness. Nothing is hopeless with God. As we struggle in recovery, we may begin to feel helpless. We might be tempted to throw up our hands and say, "What's the use?" But feeling helpless is different than from being helpless. We're never really helpless, for with God at hand, help is close at hand. We're not without hope, for God is the source of all hope. When we struggle with despair, the book of 1 Peter reminds us to turn our life over to God and totally depend on His power. God will never leave us to face our trials alone. Hope and failure. Whenever we have slipped or relapsed, our dominant feeling is hopelessness. We feel that all is lost, nothing good can happen. God had given the Israelites a message of consequences and judgment to His prophet Ezekiel, and it had come to pass. The people humbly realized that their suffering was a consequence of their sins. As they saw how bleak the situation was, God sent them a message of hope and recovery. When we feel defeated because of our failures, God can bring us hope. We never intended to fail, but when we do, God is our strength and hope for recovery.